Okay. It's my first ever YouTube video. So, um, I was hoping to record this video while in the process of making the project, but that didn't happen. Instead, I'm now recording after the project is completed. Um, it's fine. So I'll be showing you how I made this video. The video you saw in the beginning of this video. It's honestly super easy and lots more simple than you think it is. I don't have or much at all experience in the software, in this case Blender. So the reason why I came up with this visualizer is because I have snow strippers stuck in my head. I have no idea why. So I was like, you know what? Let's just make something out of it. Let's see what comes up. So with any project I make, I like to start with drawing it out. I'm a really bad drawer, but it is I'm learning, but as it's just, I think drawing is the fastest way I can jot down my ideas. It's just exactly what I'm thinking. I can put it down in a piece of paper. So this is the drawing that I have. It's, yeah. So I'm thinking, well, what I was thinking, since I already finished the fucking project, PC, right? I modeled a PC. I didn't sketch out a tower, but it just seemed natural to add the tower. This screen here, I made it in After Effects. I'll show you how I made that. And the keyboard and mouse and Pepsi can, I'll show you how I modeled and textured that as well. And of course, just the camera zooming in, which is exactly what I made in Blender, which is really cool. I highly recommend getting into that software, like really learning that software. I am in the process of that. The reason why I even made this in low poly is because I know how to make high poly models, but I'm just not there yet. I'm not good enough for it to, like, really showcase and make high poly animations. But I'm working on it, slowly getting better. So I recommend too, if you want to start creating, just dive deep into it. Just go in, start with what you can. You won't regret it. Believe me, you don't have to have the best skills before you start creating stuff. I recommend you just start now, and your skills will just start improving as the more projects you keep creating. So now that I showed you my my shitty drawing or sketch, I'm gonna show you the mood board. So here we go. This is the mood board. So the thought with this mood board was I wanted it to be dark, gloomy. I added that troll face because a lot of their music has that has this laugh, and it just reminds me of this troll face. um, yeah, it's fucking stupid. But I didn't even implement him or like add him into like the final project, but I felt like it was something that needed to be added in the mood board. The abandoned house. I also had a plan to, after you hit start, you would enter this world to where they're performing and there's a crowd. But I realized I have no idea how to create characters in Blender, so let's first learn that, and then I'll think about that idea. I actually have it drawn out and everything. With this fantastic drawing that I got, But yeah. I was just like, let's just keep it small. Old PC. So their logo, and yeah, that PS1 style, with the jittering. So the jittering is called vertex snapping. There's so many different ways you can. I'll talk about that in Blender and how you can download that, or how you can add it into your projects in Blender. But yeah, this is essentially the MoodBoard. Also, shout out to this guy. I'll link his Instagram because it's what inspired the whole idea, to be honest. Here, I'll let it play.
So far. So far. Eventually.
Yeah, I want to get to that point where I can just make 2D. Oh, it's not 2D. Low poly animations. That'd be really, really cool. Again, yeah, just learning slowly. But yeah, that's it for the MoodBoard, and then I'll move on to how I made the textures in Photoshop. Here, 1 second. So this is the Photoshop file and where I made all these textures. So first of all, you want to change the image size to, you go to image size, and you want to change the width and the height to 256 by 256. You can also change it to 128 to 128 if you want even a more pixelated look. So anything you export out of here will be very pixelated. So another thing that you can do to make it even crunchier is the way you export it. Sure, you can click on it, right click, and then export to PNG. But I highly recommend doing it this way instead. You go up to File, Export, Save for Web Legacy. And then in here, I think default would be PNG or JPEG. So change it to a GIF file. And then change this to selective. Make sure this is under diffusion. And make sure the colors are reduced to 32. You can make it 64 if you would like. But this makes the colors even crunchier. Another software that I use that is very helpful is called Shoebox. It basically lets me rip any image from the internet and use it. Just make sure it's not copyrighted unless if it's for personal projects. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's personal projects, but if you are being paid for it, I highly you should not be using copyrighted material. But let me show you how to use. Once you have Shoebox installed, I'll link it down in the description, by the way. You print screen, right? Like for example this. And then under bitmaps, we go texture ripper. And then it's right here. Then all we have to do is point what we want from the image. And boom, look, we got it. All you have to do is save it. And then you can save it and import it in the Photoshop file, which would make it pixelated. And there you go. So this is the scene in Blender. I modeled the keyboard, PC, the tower, and the base. Very simple models. This is just a cube. So for example, so if we go cube, bring that up right here. All I did was edit mode, make sure it's in face. Holy shit, what happened? Okay. And then we clicked on the back face, scaled it down. Look, oh my god, we're already getting it. And then let me just look at him in local view. Oh my god. There we go. And then inset, right? Extrude, inset again, extrude down, scale up, and boom. And in the face, inset again, and then extrude in, and here we go. Okay, now that we've made the model, you ask yourself, okay, well, how am I going to apply a texture? Well, here I got you, look. So we're going to go to shading. We are going to create a new material. If you have Node Wrangler, you can hit Control T, and then we're going to open up the image. And we are going to open the image that we exported from Photoshop. So I should have it under 3D textures. Yeah. PC. In this case, the front. And then we're going to change this to closest. And then we are now going to go to UV editing. And then you have to go into edit mode and then click on what you want to change or apply the texture. You're gonna hit U and then project from U, and then we are going to change this to what we're looking at. It should be under 3D, it should be under textures, under PC, and then should be this one. And then as you see, we're now just gonna move it over here and boom, look. And same thing from here, we're gonna right, and then you project from view, and then just change it. And then there we go, we're slowly getting it. So this is the process. Project from you. Boop, boop. There we go, look at that. And yeah, so you can do this with anything you model. You can do this like with, for example, like the tower as well. Like the tower is just a cube. Here, it's just a cube that has been scaled with S, like this, and just the textures have been applied, and that's it. Like same thing for the keyboard. It's just a rectangle. Right now it looks all weird, and that's because of the vertex snapping. This PSX vertex snapping. That's how you get that jiggled, that wiggle, you know. And yeah, I'll show you how to get that. But yeah, in a nutshell, that's how you apply the textures. So the PSX vertex snapping, there's different ways you can add vertex snapping. You can do it via geometry nodes, modifiers like the displacement modifier, but you can also do it with this add-on. The add-on is like 3 years old, but it works just as fine. It's called PSX vertex snapping. I'll link a video on how he'll do a much better job of explaining it because he created it. But essentially, it creates this empty wireframe or this grid, and anything within it, you can click on an object, and then click on add modifier, and then it adds this vertex snap. It basically adds a shrink wrap modifier that plays with this. If this moves, as you see, anything that has that shrink wrap modifier as well will jiggle and will wobble. So I just applied it to my objects that I wanted to apply it to, and yeah, I just made it move. I just made a keyframe, and it moves slowly. It moves slowly to the right, and that's it. I almost forgot to mention how to upload a video in Blender. So I made this video in After Effects, this one you're seeing here, and I'll just upload it on here. So what I did was I created a slot, a new one, and then new material, and then Control T, right, and then open, and then the video. In this case, it is under After Effects, working, pre-comps, menu, render. and it's this one. And then you can change this to closest if you would like. And then repeat is fine. You do have to know how long the video is. In this case, I think it's like 500 or something. And then the start frame, how you want, when did it start. And also make sure cyclic and auto refresh is on. And then the way I just assigned it to the face was by going into edit mode, clicking on, here, let me show you how here, let me just put it on top here, just, you know, why not? On slot 3. Wow, I'm so mad at the computer. On slot 3, and then we're gonna assign, and then you see it's right here. You go under UV editing, you open up, you know, every time I recommend going to every time you import something in here that involves the UVs, you go to UV editing, and so you can size it to its proper form, or you know, watch, should be precons, menu, render, and then so it's gonna be top. Alright, so this is only getting this. We wanted to get the whole thing, so this is an example. Alright, and then now it's right here on the top. It looks really bad because it's like duplicated because it's out, you know. But yeah, so this, you can do this with like any like frame you want, any frame or any face you want. You can just import video. And then the next thing we'll be showing you is how I made this video in After Effects. Okay, we are now in After Effects. So it's just 2 pre-comps. Pre-comps on top of pre-comps. So the main one is the Snow Strippers start menu. So the background is just their logo, as you see. And in here I also to make it more pixelated, I threw the mosaic effect, and I just made it more crunchier. And then the second thing in here is an adjustment layer. The adjustment layer is just the colors, so then it has this like aura of like rotating colors and rainbows. You know, it was just why not? It just added to that like mystic, like, you know, feel. And then these 3 these are just text layers. It's just Times New Roman filled in with a fill and a stroke. Times New Roman, that's it. And then this is green screen here. It's just a snow. Is this snow? That's what's playing right now. Yeah, you can create your own assets, but I think just creating is more important than creating your own assets. So I just grabbed it from YouTube, I'll be honest. And then I just imported it here. And I just duplicated it again so it could play again. I didn't care if it looped perfectly. I was just like, whatever, you know, it's whatever. And then here, what is this? I forgot. Oh, the gun. So that's like this right here. Snow Strippers has this like gun logo. So, you know, I was just like, might as well just add it. And effects, what is here? Oh, it's just brightness and contrast. I guess it's just because it's too dark. So I just added that. And then the next pre-comp is the PS1 menu. It's, this is it. All I did was, well, basically, yeah, it's just this and this. And then I wanted to blink. I wanted to make the Snow Strippers main menu blink, so I just messed with the opacity. As you see, it just goes from 100 to 0, back up to 100, and then it just loops. That's all it is. And then I put all that together in here in main, and then I put the PS1 logo together. Sorry, my PC can't handle it. Yeah, there we go. And then this is where I threw in the mosaic, you know, just to make it more crunched up. And then yeah, transitions to this. And that is it. That is the whole video. It's so simple. It took me like a day to do. A very simple project. I just wanted to keep it small. I still have so much more to go. I recommend if you're interested in also creating, you should just start and just look up tutorials as you go. I did the big mistake of first doing courses in the beginning and then dabbling in creating, which it did help create a little foundation, but honestly, I learned more just by creating it. That's how it stuck. Watching the tutorials, it didn't stick. All the information just didn't stick. I feel like I was just following what they were saying. It wasn't actually processing what I was doing. So I recommend just doing and looking up tutorials as you go. That is a much better plan. So yeah, you got this. As you see, this project is very mediocre, and you can do it too. It's not hard. Yeah, bye.